Welcome back to Chakra 101. In this video, I'm going to break down the crown chakra, what it is, what the themes are, how it affects your life, and I want to help you feel into this energy, okay? We're going to be doing some energy activations. We're going to be getting into the philosophy of this energy so you can use it to enhance your everyday life. If we haven't met before, I'm Ariela. I'm an energy and intuition teacher. I also channel energy through light language, and you can think of it as just frequency that is moving things within you and opening your own energy centers. It's very activating. So today, as we talk about the crown chakra, we're focusing on this energy here, the crown of your head. The crown chakra is often depicted as either a crown around the head or as a blooming lotus. It has to do with unconditional love. I'm also hearing acceptance and the understanding that you are innately connected with everyone and everything. I find that people are really drawn to spirituality, mystical experience, psychedelics, plant medicines, the ethereal, the occult, or astrology, tarot, or expanding their horizons. Some people will do it through travel, some people will do it through deep study or get into philosophy or religion even, because they're trying to connect with something greater than themselves and trying to create a sense of belonging within that broader sense of the universe and existence. So the crown chakra, it has this aspect of wisdom, of knowledge, knowing, as well as somewhat a universal truth flavor. I mean, truth we got into when we talked about the third eye, but the crown is like just seeing you get crowned when you understand the breadth and the scope. I want to say of existence, of like human participation in this realm of existence. We're going deep. I wasn't totally expecting this, but all of my videos end up like this when we channel. So let's hunker down, but we're gonna make it fun. So the crown chakra, when you're opening the crown chakra, it's like, you know what, have you ever seen those images of angels or ascended masters or spiritual deities that have that halo, that glow, either behind them like this or around the head like this? That is a visual representation of your aura, but more so connection to, I'm going to put in quotes, higher realms, okay? Because even this earth, no, this earth is not, quote, a higher realm, but this earth can hold the frequency of higher realms. And when you ignite, alight your crown chakra, you are anchoring higher frequency into the earthly human experience. It's actually really cool. Think about it. This is why some people talk about earth angels roaming the earth. This is why people are interested in raising our vibration, raising our frequency, because of this desire to experience heaven, have a heavenly, beautiful, otherworldly, harmonious, loving experience here on a very energetically dense planet in an energetically challenging realm of existence, okay? Let's ask, what do we need to know most about the crown chakra? Okay, I'm hearing that your crown chakra is already activated because you are tuning into this video. You're curious to learn and you're curious to open up and expand even more. You're bringing more of this rainbow energy, rainbow light alive. I don't know if you've ever looked at the sun or taken a photo of the sun with your phone camera, but I remember as I started to open up more and more to this level of consciousness and awareness and understanding, my phone started to capture rainbow rays that came off of sunlight. Because sunlight is a complete, if you think of white, it's a white light, and white is made up of all of the colors of the visible spectrum. And then on the edges, you'll see this rainbow glow. What I have learned to do is activate each of my chakras. They're all the 7 colors of the rainbow. We started with red at the root, and now we're at the crown chakra, which is an ultraviolet color. You know, with the third eye, we ended it in a dark indigo. Dark indigo, the crown would be that purple, that violet color of the rainbow, but then it goes ultraviolet. That's the non-visible spectrum of light. And if you think about that, we're like tapping into the non-visible, the etheric, ethereal, energetic space when you open your crown chakra. I also get the sense that if you're watching this, you think that this is very exciting, very fun, because there's a lot to be explored in these realms. And it's true, there are so many different dimensions and aspects of light to connect with in the crown. Now I'm seeing, again, we're going back to that lotus image. So the lotus has so many different petals, and it's like different facets. I also see a diamond. And think about when light is directed through a prism, or when light is shown on a diamond, how it creates these sparkles and fractals through each of those facets. So the light is sort of cast in a one-dimensional way, I would say, through that diamond. Our goal, our aim, is to allow for that light to come through our crown, and instead of being fractured and split off into different views, it's to integrate everything and be able to hold everything while also acknowledging that there are different fractals, different perspectives. It's being able to hold all of that in one. It's a big mission. It's a big, exciting way to look at the world. To say, all things exist right here. Everything, everyone, all the relationships, all the points of view can exist right here, and to have acceptance for it. Whether you agree or you disagree, it's not about that, because unconditional love is allowing everything to be. That's what it is. And as a human, to practice that ethos, it requires you to shed a lot of old ways of doing life and looking at situations and treating yourself and treating other people. It really requires you to start letting go of judgments, fears, of letting go of limited perspectives, because when you start to open this chakra, you're also opening up to so many different possibilities, right? Because we're opening up to different dimensions and planes of existences too. It's kind of like knowing that anything and everything is possible, and all of it can exist at once, right? So how do we anchor this as humans? Because sometimes this crown can be heavy to carry. I hear burden of the crown because when you start to see all of everything and you know that life is a spectrum. Life is a spectrum, right? And we could say there's good and there's bad. And there's everything in between. And people are going to see all of those things. People are going to experience all of those things, and all of them are allowed to exist at once. When you have the ability to look at life that way, and you have this knowing and you have this wisdom and this knowledge that this is what exists, it's like carrying this crown of truth and being I hear also bearing your own cross. Taking responsibility for seeing the world that way. And sharing that perspective with other people. Because what's amazing is as you start to integrate this viewpoint of life, you just start to care less about things. I gotta be honest. You start to say, you know what? I let go and I trust and I surrender, and I know that God, the universe, are taking care of me. I know that everything is working out as it should. When I think of world events, I have this point of view that in the long run, it's all working out for everyone the exact way it's supposed to. And I just posted this video about life is like the stock market, right? You may have temporary increases and decreases in price, but over time, the trajectory has been upward completely. And life and evolution is that way. The money in the stock market continues to expand, it continues to grow over a long period of time. Maybe not immediately. Maybe there's a run of 5 years where it's not good, but then it comes back and it comes back even higher. And that's kind of what this life experience is like. And when you're able to put world events and even things that happen to you on a micro scale into that lens, you just become so much more relaxed because you know that everything is happening for a reason. Everyone is here for a reason. Everyone is here for a reason. I want that to sink in, because even the times when we were annoyed or frustrated with situations and people, there's a purpose. There's a role that they play. And when you can start looking at life like that, to say, okay, I trust God, I trust the universe, that there's a reason for this, and I don't need to know what it is now. I can just let it go and I can work on myself, being accepting of that. It's gonna change your whole life. Like, it's gonna make your whole life so much better to have that understanding. And that's where that theme of interconnectedness comes in again, because you see that there's this web of people, choices, and reactions. How do I explain this? Let's just say after a natural disaster, there are fires in an area, and they burn down homes, and it can be dangerous and take away the lives of some people, or destroy the community. And there is sadness and there's grief that we experience collectively. And I'm not taking that away, but I'm saying that those types of events catalyze change. They teach us to learn more about our environment, to protect our environment. They teach people how to mourn and grieve loved ones. They It changes so much. So much about life. And if you can look at something, quote, catastrophic from the lens of what am I learning here? What do I stand to gain in the wake of what I have lost? Then you can have this really beautiful interconnected view of your life. To say, wow, I lost one of my best friends through this accident, and you know what, I'm so grateful for the time that we shared because they taught me this important lesson of their friendship. And for me now, every single time that I meet people in my life, I want to cherish their presence in my life. And you would have never had that perspective had your friend not passed away. Do you see? I mean, maybe you would have in a different way, but because that happened, you gain such a beautiful present from that, you know? And to see how everything is connected in that way and to give love and have reverence for the experience is just such a beautiful way to live. Anything else about the crown chakra that we need to know? Through the crown chakra, you can connect to your angels, to your spirit guides. You can really connect to higher dimensional ways of thinking and higher dimensional consciousness. So when people talk about connecting to extraterrestrial or galactic or angelic beings, and I've experienced this, you get to be, it's almost like face to face with them because you can feel them and you know that they're right here, that they're right there and they're present, and you'll feel the energy of the room or even the way that you think and perceive and sense things changes around them. You can have the ability to connect with these etheric energies. They're not in bodies. Again, because the crown is connecting to higher dimensions, so the frequencies are higher and they're just not encapsulated in human body. So you can connect. You can connect to those consciousnesses and those beings, and it's very magical. It's a very novel type of experience. And I also want to remind you that we're here for a human experience. So after you do that, part of your responsibility is to ground yourself back in your human body. Back into your human body. So connecting with those root chakra themes, grounding, having good sustenance, sleeping, like taking care of your human machine. That's what I hear. The only reason that you are able to be here on this planet is because you have a body. So it's so important that you take care of it, because without your body, you couldn't participate here at all. It's actually so amazing. That's everything that we're here to share about the crown chakra today. And I would invite you to take a look back at the other Chakra 101 videos. If there are some areas where you feel drawn to revisit, or certain themes in your life, or just colors that you're drawn to even. Colors can be such a strong indicator of what we're needing to supplement and to nourish our bodies, our human experience right now. So you can check out those videos in the Chakra 101 series. Our goal here is really to ignite each of these energy centers so that you have that rainbow aura, so that you contain all spectrums of light in your human body. I mean, that's the way that I look at it. You can look at it however you want. But just these activations help you ignite all of those 7 rainbow centers so that you can have that full rainbow through your energy, through your aura. It really changes the way that you move through the world. People will feel it even if they don't understand what it is. And to be honest, they don't have to. You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this for you. And it's just such a benefit if other people get to experience that type of energy as well. Just thanks for learning with me today. And if you enjoyed this video, you can share, you can like, follow, share it with someone that you think it would help. And let me know if you have any questions or comments on the way that you take care of your energy, because I would love to know. All right, I'll see you on the next one.